In January 2021, Saudi Arabia uncovered plan for an ultra-futuristic city called the Line, where instead of communities sprawling outward from a central location, it would be built vertically in a big line, and the line's length would be 170 km long. And it will not have any cars, instead it would be connected by a high-speed rail, which can travel the entire length in just 20 minutes. The city would be self-contained, so almost everything would be available at a walk of 5 minutes, be it a school, a doctor, or a quick meal. Also, the Saudi government said that the line will run on 100% clean energy and make extensive use of sensor and AI to manage the city's services. This project is extremely ambitious, massive, and first of its kind. It is building an entire city from scratch into a desert. But so what? Countries have built cities from scratch like Dubai or Los Angeles. But Line is different. It is envisioned as a giant glass and mirror wall, 170 km long, 200 meter wide, and 500 meters tall. That is taller than Empire State Building. It would house 9 million people, and this city now is the part of Saudi Arabia's $1 trillion project called Neom. For comparison, the amount is bigger than the GDP of Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Myanmar, and Bangladesh combined. One of the biggest challenges for this project is finance, and Saudi Arabia has not been able to achieve much success in attracting financial resources and investment from foreign government and companies. But a lot of investors are not very optimistic of this project, and a lot of Western companies are boycotting the entire kingdom over the record of human rights violation. While the initial plan was to complete the project by 2030 at a cost of $500 billion, but some reports claim that the line alone would cost more than $1 trillion and it would be completed by 2050. And that's because this entire project is mainly financed by Public Investment Fund or Sovereign Wealth Private Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia has not been very successful in financial partnership outside the country. And the Public Investment Fund is highly dependent on the Saudi Arabia's oil export, a market which is very volatile. And since nearly 60% of finances of this mega project is directly from oil, it could be a major problem for project's finances. The very first thing which technologically does not make sense is the fact that this city is a line, which is possibly worst design for a city, which claims to be the most advanced on the planet when you literally have so much space at your disposal. Since the city is 170 km long, transporting the material to build is going to be pretty challenging. Instead of a line, if the city was in a shape of circle, it would be much more efficient for transportation. Since the line would be 500 meters tall and 170 kilometers long, mobility is a really great challenge. For instance, the Empire State Building, which is as tall as line, has to operate 73 elevators to move people around. Even if we just take 10 for a given section for it, it would still require at least 7,000 elevators and 4,000 escalators. And given that there would be millions of people living in the city, it is impossible to operate it at that level. Moving on, line would cover the entire distance in just 20 minutes via high-speed rail, which again is not possible because that means it would have to a speed of 540 km an hour. For comparison, the fastest train in the world right now is L0 series SC maglev, which has an operating speed of 480 km an hour. Along with high-speed rail, there would be also subway and freight rail too. And if all of this is in a line like shape, that means if one train breaks down, the entire city will stop. Let's assume that they somehow overcome all the financial and technological challenges of this project and delivered their promises. There will still be plenty of more causes of concern because the line is expected to be loaded with countless sensors, cameras, and facial recognition technologies that in such a confined space could push government surveillance to almost unimaginable level. Now that would be troubling in any nation, but in a country like Saudi Arabia, where one can be executed for the criticism of government, LGBTQ people are persecuted and women have almost no right, is downright terrifying. Initially, I never thought that they are serious with this project. There are tons of better ways to build an ultra-futuristic city. But since they have started building this city, I think Saudi Arabia is desperate for a new identity. I am pretty optimistic that this idea of the line will never work, even if they build the entire city. It won't be sustainable without pouring billions of dollars every year just to operate the city. So as an investor, I would say that this is a really dumb mega project and I will never invest in an idea like this. So if you think differently about this project, tell me your opinion in the comments and why you think so. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to this channel for more finance and business content. See you soon.